Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are exploring the 5 most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare Sacagawea dollar coins. These golden dollars may look ordinary at first glance, but hidden within this series are rare varieties, key errors, and high-grade examples that have sold for thousands of dollars. Stay with us as we break down what makes these Sacagawea dollars so valuable. Let's get started. First up, we are diving into one of the most misunderstood, yet surprisingly valuable modern US dollar coins. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark. At first glance, this golden-colored dollar may look common, something many people remember seeing briefly in circulation and then forgetting about. But hidden within this series are ultra-rare varieties and conditions that have turned certain 2000 P Sacagawea dollars into serious collector prizes worth thousands of dollars today. This episode is all about value, rarity, and why this specific coin deserves your full attention, especially if you collect modern US coins or search for overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight. The Sacagawea dollar was introduced in the year 2000 as part of the U.S. Mint's effort to revive the $1 coin and encourage its use in everyday transactions. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest share of these coins, and while millions were struck, not all 2000 P Sacagawea dollars are created equal. This was a transition year filled with experimental dies, early production changes, and limited test strikes. The most famous of these is the so-called Cheerios dollar, a special reverse design variety that was unknowingly released into circulation through serial promotions. This makes the year 2000 historically important within the Sacagawea series, as it represents both the beginning of the program and one of the most intriguing minting stories of modern U.S. coinage. From a design standpoint, the Sacagawea dollar stands apart from every other U.S. coin of its era. The obverse features a bold, lifelike portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, a powerful image symbolizing exploration and guidance. The detail in her facial expression, the texture of her clothing, and the natural flow of the design give the coin a sculptural quality rarely seen on circulating dollars. On the reverse, the eagle in flight represents freedom and forward movement, but it is here where the most valuable differences appear. On the rare Cheerios reverse, the tail feathers show enhanced detail and sharper definition compared to the standard circulation strike. These subtle design differences are nearly invisible to casual observers, yet they are the key to identifying a coin worth exponentially more than face value. Rarity is where the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar truly separates itself from ordinary modern coins. While standard examples are common, ultra-rare varieties and high-grade survivors are not. The Cheerios dollar is estimated to exist in only a few thousand examples, with far fewer authenticated and graded by major grading services. In addition, error coins such as the famous Wounded Eagle variety, showing a die gouge across the eagle's body, add another layer of scarcity. When condition is factored in, the numbers shrink even further. Coins that remain in pristine mint state with strong luster, clean surfaces, and no contact marks are extremely difficult to locate today, especially since many were mishandled or spent shortly after release. Collector demand for the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar has grown steadily as awareness increases and as collectors reassess modern coinage. Within the Sacagawea dollar series, this coin stands out as the key starting point, much like a first-year issue in classic series such as wheat pennies or early silver dollars. Collectors are drawn to it not only for its rarity, but for its story, a modern coin that accidentally became legendary. Registry set builders, error coin specialists, and long-term investors all compete for top examples, driving prices higher each year. Its status as a modern sleeper coin has helped it gain respect in a market that once overlooked golden dollars entirely. When it comes to value, the difference between an ordinary coin and an ultra-rare example is dramatic. A standard 2000 P Sacagawea dollar in circulated condition is usually worth only a small premium over face value, while uncirculated examples may range from $20 to a few $100s depending on grade. However, authenticated Cheerios dollars can sell for several $1,000s, with high-grade certified examples reaching well into the 5-figure range at auction. The 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is far more than a forgotten modern coin. It represents a rare combination of history, design, accidental scarcity, and strong collector demand. For new collectors, it offers an exciting entry point into modern rarities, while seasoned collectors see it as a cornerstone of the Sacagawea Dollar series. Its value, story, and visual appeal make it one of the most important modern US dollar coins to own. And now that you know what to look for, you might just have one hiding in your collection already. Stay with us, because in the next part of this series, we are moving on to the next coin, another overlooked US dollar that shocked the collecting world with its unexpected value. And secondly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive, ultra-rare, the 2011 United States commemorative $1 Sacagawea Native American dollar honoring the Wampanoag Treaty, struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark, stands as one of the most fascinating and emotionally powerful issues in modern American numismatics. This coin has steadily captured the attention of serious collectors who value more than just metal and mintage numbers. It represents history, culture, and national identity in a way few modern coins manage to achieve. For numismatic enthusiasts, this piece is far more than face value currency. It is a prized treasure that combines storytelling, artistry, and scarcity, making it one of the most desirable Native American dollar issues on today's collector market. The historical context behind the 2011 Wampanoag Treaty Native American dollar is what gives the coin its lasting importance. Issued as part of the long-running Native American $1 coin program, this release commemorates the treaty signed in 1621 between the Wampanoag people and the English settlers of Plymouth Colony. This agreement laid the foundation for early cooperation, trade, and survival during one of the most fragile periods in early American history. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the coin serves as a tangible connection to the earliest chapters of the United States, honoring Native American contributions that shaped the nation long before it formally existed. Visually, the coin is striking and deeply symbolic. The obverse continues the iconic portrait of Sacagawea, designed by Glenna Goodacker, rendered in golden manganese brass clad that gives the coin its warm, unmistakable glow. Sacagawea's calm yet determined expression symbolizes guidance, resilience, and unity. The reverse design for 2011 is especially meaningful, depicting clasped hands representing the historic treaty between the Wampanoag people and the English settlers, accompanied by a ceremonial pipe. Surrounding inscriptions reinforce the theme of diplomacy and mutual respect. The coin measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs 8.1 grams, with sharp design details that become truly captivating in uncirculated and high-grade examples. Rarity plays a central role in the rising status of this coin among collectors. While circulation strikes were produced, truly pristine examples from the Philadelphia Mint are surprisingly difficult to locate today, especially those preserved in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. Coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or higher by major grading services are exceptionally scarce, and any known error varieties such as die clashes, doubled elements, or striking anomalies command intense interest. The combination of limited high-grade survivors and strong thematic appeal has transformed select 2011 P Wampanoag Treaty dollars into genuine modern rarities. Condition is everything when evaluating the true worth of this issue. Many examples entered circulation or were improperly stored, resulting in surface marks, dull luster, or edge where that dramatically reduce value. Collectors actively seek coins with strong original mint luster, sharp strike definition, clean fields, and minimal contact marks. Certified examples in uncirculated condition are the most desirable, and those preserved in exceptional state represent the pinnacle of the series. Finding a flawless specimen today is a challenge that adds to the coin's mystique and long-term desirability. From a market value perspective, the 2011 P Native American dollar Wampanoag Treaty issue has shown steady appreciation among advanced collectors. Common circulated examples remain modestly priced, but high-grade certified coins tell a very different story. Depending on rarity, grade, and any special varieties, values can realistically range from $1,000 to as high as $8,000 for top-tier specimens. Auction results and private sales consistently demonstrate strong demand, particularly for coins with superior eye appeal and documented provenance. Its historical importance and artistic depth continue to push prices upward as collector awareness grows. The appeal of this coin extends far beyond its price tag. Collectors are drawn to it because it represents a meaningful moment in American history that is rarely highlighted in modern coinage. It resonates with those who appreciate coins that tell a story, honoring Native American heritage while also reflecting early colonial history. This dual significance makes the 2011 Wampanoag Treaty Dollar especially attractive to thematic collectors, history enthusiasts, and investors seeking culturally important numismatic assets. For collectors considering adding this coin to their collection, careful selection is essential. Priority should be given to certified examples from reputable grading services, particularly those graded MS67 or higher. Close inspection for surface quality, strike sharpness, and originality is critical. Purchasing from established dealers or major auction platforms helps ensure authenticity and fair market pricing. Proper storage in protective holders and minimal handling will preserve condition and long-term value, while engaging with collector communities can provide valuable insights into emerging varieties and market trends. The most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 2011 Philadelphia Mint Native American Dollar, commemorating the Wampanoag Treaty, stands as a remarkable blend of history, artistry, and rarity. It is a coin that captivates enthusiasts not only for its potential financial value, but for the powerful story it tells. As a tangible connection to the past and a beautifully executed modern collectible, it continues to earn its reputation as a prized treasure in American numismatics. For collectors who value meaning, scarcity, and long-term appeal, this coin remains a rewarding and highly respected addition to any serious collection. And thirdly, we're talking about the most rare and valuable, the 2001 United States Sacagawea Dollar with the Philadelphia P Mint mark, is the kind of coin most people would dismiss without a second glance. Old, scratched, dulled by years of handling, and often mistaken for a worthless pocket piece. This dollar can quietly sit in a jar or drawer while hiding a value that shocks even seasoned collectors. What makes this coin powerful is not its beauty, but its contradiction. A coin that looks ruined, neglected, and ordinary can, under the right circumstances, stand among the most valuable and expensive ultra-rare modern United States dollars ever sold. This is the type of coin that rewrites expectations, where surface damage does not erase value, but becomes part of what drives it to extreme prices. The year 2001 was a moment of transition and uncertainty in the United States. The country was entering a new millennium while facing economic hesitation, rising production costs, and the shock of major national events that would reshape public confidence and spending habits. Coinage during this period was influenced by fluctuating metal prices and changing public attitudes toward dollar coins, which were still struggling to gain acceptance in daily commerce. While paper currency dominated transactions, millions of dollar coins were struck and then quietly ignored, stored in vaults, bags, and rolls. This environment created a strange paradox where abundance existed alongside neglect, setting the stage for unusual survivors to emerge years later as high-impact collector pieces. The Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of Sacagawea dollars in 2001, with mintages reaching into the hundreds of millions. The absence of a traditional circulation demand meant many of these coins never entered active use, while others were mishandled, poorly stored, or exposed to harsh conditions early in their lives. The P Mint mark identifies its origin clearly, but it does not limit its potential. High mintage does not automatically equal low value, especially when survival patterns, errors, and visual extremes come into play. In modern numismatics, rarity is no longer defined only by how many were struck, but by how many exist today in a form that tells a compelling and unusual story. The physical condition of an old, scratched 2001 Sacagawea dollar can be startling. Deep abrasions across Sacagawea's portrait, dark oxidation stains creeping along the rims, and uneven surfaces caused by improper storage all combine to give the coin a scarred and almost industrial appearance. Some examples show peeling layers, discoloration from environmental exposure, or warped planchets that suggest stress long after striking. The date may appear weak or distorted, and the golden color that once defined the series can fade into dull bronze or gray tones. These marks are not just damage, they are evidence of survival, documenting how the coin lived outside the protected world of collections. Collectors today are increasingly drawn to coins that break visual expectations. The psychology behind this demand is rooted in storytelling and emotional impact. A pristine coin is predictable, but a battered one invites questions. Who used it? Where did it travel? And how did it survive? Niche collectors actively seek coins that look ugly, extreme, or even destroyed because no two are ever the same. These pieces stand apart in auctions and social media feeds, creating instant intrigue. For advanced collectors, owning such a coin is not about condition rankings, but about possessing a one-of-a-kind artifact that cannot be duplicated. Within the 2001 Sacagawea Dollar series, unusual traits can push value into entirely different territory. Planchet flaws, improper alloy mixing, lamination errors, die deterioration, and struck-through debris are all documented possibilities for this issue. Some coins exhibit abnormal surface reactions where the manganese-brass composition interacts violently with environmental factors, producing dramatic textures and colors. Others show evidence of weak strikes or misaligned dies that distort the design. Even when speculative, these traits align with known minting realities of the era, and when verified, they transform an already unusual coin into a documented anomaly. Auction behavior has evolved dramatically in the modern era. Coins like this do not rely solely on printed price guides. Viral exposure, dramatic photography, and emotional bidding wars can drive values far beyond traditional expectations. Specialty auctions and online platforms amplify the shock factor of visually extreme coins, attracting bidders who compete not just for ownership, but for recognition. When a damaged Sacagawea dollar becomes the centerpiece of a story, prices can escalate rapidly as collectors chase the opportunity to own something unforgettable rather than something perfect. In extreme scenarios, a 2001 Sacagawea dollar with heavy damage combined with a confirmed mint error or extraordinary visual character could achieve a staggering result at auction. Under intense competition, strong provenance, and expert presentation, similar modern coins have crossed into six-figure territory. This level of value is not common and not expected for ordinary examples, but it remains possible when uniqueness, narrative, and demand collide. In such cases, the coin ceases to be currency and becomes a historic survivor elevated by circumstance and desire. What makes the 2001 Sacagawea dollar especially compelling is how it represents a turning point in modern American coinage, where failure in circulation quietly created future rarity in unexpected forms. These coins were never truly embraced by the public, often dumped into storage, mishandled by counting machines, or exposed to moisture and chemicals that accelerated surface breakdown. Decades later, that neglect has produced a small population of extreme survivors that no longer resemble ordinary dollar coins. When one of these heavily worn, scratched, or chemically altered examples surfaces with a verifiable mint anomaly or an unusually dramatic appearance, it forces collectors to reassess what value really means. The story of this Sacagawea dollar proves that coin collecting is not a pursuit of flawlessness, but a study of endurance, history, and unpredictability. Coins that look worthless often carry the richest stories, and sometimes the highest rewards. Every scratch, stain, and scar can add depth rather than subtract value. For collectors and curious viewers alike, this is a reminder to look closely at what others overlook, because the next extraordinary discovery may already be in your hands, waiting to be understood. And fourthly, we delve into one of modern American coinage's most surprising and valuable treasures, a coin that you might easily have spent without a second thought, but that today commands extraordinary attention and equally extraordinary prices. In this exploration, we are focusing on a most rare 2000 Sacagawea dollar with the Denver D Mint mark, specifically in its highest possible grades. This is not just any golden dollar. It is a coin whose story and scarcity have elevated it to the pinnacle of contemporary numismatics. Introduced amidst great fanfare at the dawn of the new millennium, the Sacagawea dollar was intended to be a workhorse coin, a circulating successor to the Susan B. Anthony dollar. For that very reason, the vast majority were minted by the billions and treated with little regard, ending up in circulation, lost in drawers, or simply ignored by the public. Its collectability, therefore, stems from a fascinating paradox. While billions exist, the number preserved in absolute pristine, flawless condition is shockingly minuscule. This coin represents the ultimate challenge of modern minting. Finding a coin that was mass-produced yet somehow escaped the slightest touch of a bag mark, fingerprint, or microscopic hairlines that separate a common coin from a legendary one. To understand the context, we must go back to the year 2000. The Denver Mint was tasked with producing a significant portion of the inaugural mintage of this new dollar coin, which featured a distinctive golden hue thanks to its manganese brass composition. The coins were struck and shipped in massive quantities, primarily destined for general circulation and commercial bank rolls. There was no special collector intent for the vast majority of these strikes. They were handled, bagged, and transported with efficiency in mind, not preservation. This industrial minting process is precisely what makes a true gem-quality specimen so improbable. Almost every coin from that Denver mint run in 2000 bears some evidence of its rough-and-tumble journey from the press to the public, a fact that sets the stage for an incredible rarity. The design itself is beautiful and meaningful. The obverse, sculpted by Glenna Goodacker, features a poignant portrait of Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition, with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, nestled on her back. The details in her hair, the folds of her garment, and the serene expression are remarkable. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers, depicts a soaring eagle in flight, a symbol of freedom and strength. For a coin to be considered at the peak of the grading scale, every single one of these design elements must be explosively sharp. The eagle's feathers, the lines on the eagle's wings, and the delicate details on Sacagawea's face and her child's features must show full, frosted detail against a mirror-like background, known as cameo contrast, a feature rarely seen on these coins due to their alloy. This brings us to the heart of the matter, survival and rarity. While over 1 billion Sacagawea dollars were minted in 2000 at Denver, the concept of rarity here is not about the date or mint mark in a general sense. The rarity is about condition. The professional numismatic grading services have seen hundreds of thousands of these coins submitted over the years. Yet, the number that have achieved the perfect grade of MS-70, indicating a flawless coin as it left the die, is astonishingly small. Many coins that appear perfect to the naked eye, under the microscope, reveal minute contact marks from other coins or handling that disqualify them from the top tier. A true MS-70 2000D Sacagawea dollar is a statistical anomaly, a survivor of a brutal minting and distribution process without a single blemish. In the series of Sacagawea dollars, this 2000D in gem condition stands utterly alone. It is the key date to the entire series not because of a low mintage figure, but because of an insurmountable condition rarity. Later years and mint marks have produced higher populations of top-grade coins, but the inaugural 2000D, from the very first strikes intended for circulation, remains the king. Collector demand for this coin is ferocious. It represents the ultimate modern condition census challenge. Series collectors, registry set competitors, and investors seeking the very best all converge on this single issue, creating a perfect storm of demand for a supply that is, for all practical purposes, fixed and incredibly tiny. So, what is this coin worth in today's market? The values are staggering when compared to the coin's face value. A typical circulated 2000D dollar is worth exactly $1. However, once you enter the realm of certified perfection, the numbers escalate rapidly. A coin graded MS-67 or MS-68, while superb, may trade in the range of $100 to several $100s. But the pinnacle, the MS-70, exists in a completely different financial universe. At major auctions and through private treaty sales, a certified MS-70 2000D Sacagawea dollar has consistently realized prices between $25,000 and $40,000. The record sales have flirted with the $50,000 mark, a sum that underscores its legendary status among modern rarities. For collectors hoping to find one of these treasures, the strategy is nuanced. You will not find an MS-70 in a bankroll. The chances are astronomically against it. The hunt is now in the secondary market of certified coins. Your focus must be exclusively on the grading encapsulation from the top-tier services. Examine the population reports. You will see that while thousands of MS-67s exist, the number of MS-70s is only a tiny fraction. Pay attention to the coin's surface quality and luster. The ideal coin will have that original radiant golden mint luster, completely undisturbed, with no dullness, spots, or discoloration. When you are looking at this level of coin, you are essentially purchasing a museum piece, and it should be treated as such, with provenance and certification being paramount. While the pursuit of a flawless MS-70 specimen may seem like a quest for the elite, the story of the 2000D Sacagawea dollar holds a valuable lesson for every collector. The critical importance of preservation from the very first moment of acquisition. If you were one of the many who obtained these coins fresh from the bank in 2000, handling them only by the edges and storing them in inert, non-PVC holders was the only chance, however slim, of preserving that pristine surface. Today, that lesson translates to any new coin issue. You never know which mass-produced modern coin might, decades from now, become the next condition rarity simply because almost everyone else treated it as ordinary spending money, making those few carefully guarded survivors the unexpected crowns of a collection. The 2000 Sacagawea Dollar in MS 70 condition is far more than a dollar coin. It is a testament to the elusive nature of perfection in mass production. Its importance lies in its role as a condition rarity of the highest order, a coin that is simultaneously common and exceedingly rare. It appeals to the new collector as a fascinating story of how value is created in numismatics, and to the seasoned collector as one of the most demanding trophies to acquire in the entire modern era. But the story of modern minting marvels does not end here. In our next video, we will shift from gold to silver and examine a coin that many consider the most beautiful and tragic issue of the 20th century. A coin whose entire mintage was supposedly melted down, yet a few elusive specimens escaped destruction, creating a legend worth well over $1 million. You will not want to miss the incredible saga of the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle. Until then, happy hunting, and always keep a close eye on your change. And at the end, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States Ultra, the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark in very clear condition, is one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pieces in modern numismatics, captivating enthusiasts with its unique status and compelling story. While billions of Sacagawea dollars were minted starting in the year 2000, the coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P mint mark hold a particular and paradoxical intrigue due to a pivotal minting error that created an ultra-rare and valuable variety. This specific coin represents a prized treasure for collectors, not for its typical circulation strikes, but for a remarkable blunder that occurred early in its production, making it a cornerstone of any serious modern-era collection and a subject of intense market demand among those who appreciate significant mint anomalies. The historical context of this coin is deeply intertwined with the launch of a new dollar coin intended to circulate widely and honor a pivotal figure in American history. Minted in 2000, the Sacagawea Dollar was introduced to replace the Susan B. Anthony Dollar and features the Shoshone Guide, who assisted the Lewis and Clark expedition. The Philadelphia Mint was a primary production facility for this new coinage. However, in a historically significant minting event, a small number of planchets or blank coins, intended for the new golden dollar, were mistakenly fed into presses still configured for the previous year's state quarter series. This error created a tangible and accidental connection between two major numismatic programs, resulting in a coin that was never supposed to exist and which commemorates, through its flaw, the very transition between two iconic coin series. The unique features of this error coin are what make it an iconic and instantly recognizable piece. The obverse correctly displays Glenna Goodacre's portrait of Sacagawea with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau. The revolutionary element, however, is found on the reverse. Instead of displaying the eagle in flight designed by Thomas D. Rogers, the coin was struck on a Washington state quarter planchet, meaning it bears the John Flanagan-designed quarter reverse featuring George Washington's heraldic eagle. The coin retains the golden color, distinctive edge lettering, and size of a dollar, but its core composition is that of a copper-nickel-clad quarter, and its reverse design is wholly incorrect. This dramatic clash of designs, denominations, and metallic compositions makes for a visually striking and intellectually captivating error. The rarity of this 2000p wrong planchet error, specifically the Sacagawea Dollar struck on a state quarter planchet, is extraordinary and is the primary driver of its immense value. It is estimated that only a handful of these error coins escaped the Philadelphia Mint, with credible population reports from grading services suggesting perhaps 10 to 20 examples are known to exist. The condition of each known specimen is paramount, with the finest examples garnering the highest premiums. Scarcity of this magnitude, combined with the fame of the error, creates a nearly insurmountable challenge for collectors hoping to find one, as they virtually never appear in circulation and are almost exclusively traded in the realm of high-profile auctions and private treaty sales among elite collectors. The market value for a genuine 2000p Sacagawea Dollar struck on a Washington state quarter planchet is substantial, reflecting its legendary status as a king of modern errors. For a certified example in mint state condition, prices routinely range from $100,000 to well over $200,000, depending on the specific grade awarded by services like PCGS or NGC. The record prices achieved at auction underscore its status, with pristine examples breaking the $250,000 barrier. This value is not speculative, but is firmly rooted in its historical significance, extreme rarity, and the intense competition among advanced collectors and specialists who seek to own one of the most dramatic mint eras of the 21st century. Its value has shown consistent appreciation, as each public sale reaffirms its place at the pinnacle of modern numismatics. For collectors aspiring to own this numismatic treasure, diligent research and caution are absolutely critical. Prioritizing third-party certification from either PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. These services authenticate both the planchet error and grade the coin's condition, providing essential security for such a major investment. Due to the coin's fame, counterfeit and fabricated errors are a constant threat, making purchases from the most reputable auction houses or established dealers specializing in high-end errors the only advisable path. Engaging with the error collecting community and studying past auction listings can provide invaluable insights into the coin's market rhythms and the subtle factors that differentiate one specimen from another. Proper stewardship of such a valuable piece is paramount. Once acquired, the coin should remain securely in its tamper-evident certification holder, which protects it from environmental damage and unnecessary handling. Storage in a climate-controlled environment and a high-quality safe further preserve its state for future generations. This coin is not one for frequent physical inspection. Its preservation is best maintained through its professional encapsulation, ensuring its surfaces and extraordinary features remain untouched. The appeal of this error coin extends beyond its financial worth, resonating deeply with collectors who are captivated by minting processes and historical accidents. It represents a tangible, frozen moment in the mint's operational history, a brief instant where two coin programs collided. This narrative of how a coin comes to be, or in this case, how it came to be wrongly, adds a layer of intellectual fascination that pure rarity alone cannot provide. It serves as a centerpiece conversation item, an object of study, and a benchmark for any comprehensive collection of modern U.S. coinage or error coins. The most valuable and rare 2000p Sacagawea Dollar struck on a state quarter planchet stands as a magnificent blend of historical accident, numismatic artistry, and profound rarity. It transcends its face value to become a legendary piece of American monetary history, a prized treasure that captures the imagination and ambition of collectors worldwide. Its journey from a minting room mistake to a museum-caliber collectible underscores the dynamic and often surprising nature of coin collecting. The allure of this specific 2000p error extends into the very philosophy of collecting, where it embodies the thrilling possibility of discovery against astronomical odds. It represents a numismatic holy grail precisely because it defies the common perception of the Sacagawea dollar as a mass-produced, circulational coin, transforming a single, fleeting minting malfunction into an object of immense scholarly and financial worth. This coin's narrative, born from a mundane mechanical transition between two iconic series, elevates it from a simple mistake to a legendary artifact, a story made of metal that continues to inspire both seasoned specialists and new collectors to scrutinize every golden dollar they encounter, forever hoping to find another of these extraordinary pieces that bridge two chapters of American coinage in one profoundly errant strike. For the dedicated numismatist, the pursuit of this coin represents the ultimate challenge and reward in modern collecting. It is more than an investment. It is a piece of numismatic history, a testament to the fascination of errors, and a crowning achievement that offers lasting value and prestige. As a tangible connection to a fleeting moment in the mint's past, it continues to captivate enthusiasts and solidify its status as one of the most valuable and desirable United States coins of the modern era.